Hello, our friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family.
Hello, hello.
Welcome back, guys, and we want to thank our newest Patreon, Tracy. Thank you, Tracy.
Thank you, Tracy.
Couldn't do it without you guys' support over on Patreon, and again, exclusives going up there on a regular basis. So guess what? It turns out Joe Biden has tested positive again for the plague upon the land. Yes, yet again. His speech was canceled in Nevada. He's also canceled several other upcoming events. And of course, everybody is saying, here you go, he's going to be dropping out. Is Gavin packing his bags?
I don't know. I just think that he's upset because Trump stole his thunder. So he's got to find his own thunder now and get people talking about him too.
Uh-oh. There we go. Okay, we're back. That was weird. Yeah, we had a power outage last night out of the middle of nowhere. It was the weirdest thing ever. Strange times, very, very strange times that we are in, and there's a lot going on. By the way, nearly 70 suspected cases of potentially the next plague upon the land being investigated in the U.S. This is after 1.8 million chickens were slaughtered. Again, anything they can do to attack the food system, it's getting attacked. In case you haven't noticed, all those strange food processing plants, fires, farms on fire, ranches on fire, everything you could think of when it comes to the food. And by the way, Bill Gates says that he owns a little bit less than 1 out of every 4,000 acres of, farmland. What's he going to do? Oh, he plans on investing in it and, productivity. Yeah, sure. You know what? Probably one of the most, let's just say, disliked entities, let's leave it there, on the planet, I would say. Again, it's pretty obvious what's going on. By the way, BlackRock just got $500 billion to rebuild Ukraine. Well, let's see. A lot of companies made a lot of money providing weapons, and you also have a lot of population that has decreased in Ukraine. Obviously, they've pretty much wiped out a whole generation of young men and women. It seems that, there's... One would think there are certain, let's see, that A word. Agenda, da. Can the AI catch that? Probably, maybe not. It's not too smart. It's very predictable. It's good with computations. Yeah, this is just so obvious in every single way to so many. When you literally have little ones like this waiting to get drips, not even, obviously they're not worried about how good their filter works. They're just trying to not die of dehydration in Gaza. And also at the same time, dodge bombs and bullets.
It's pretty sad.
Yeah, all the while, the rich get richer and they keep trying to consolidate their power. The world is catching on. It's just we need some cold water to put on the heads of those that are still sleepwalking. There are some brilliant people out there, though. This guy is one of them. He figured out, hey, I got an umbrella. I got a leaf blower. What if I took that skateboard and it works?
I think that looks like fun.
That certainly does look like fun. I mean, I would actually love to try it myself. This is ingenuity, and we can be very, very inventive. We can do so many things, but the fact is so many inventions never make it to the public. There's been so many patents, in case you haven't seen, and we've touched on them over the years, patents for even free energy that get stifled. Why? Because again, it's not a paradigm that's all about helping humanity progress and curing all its ills. It's a paradigm out there. It's a control system out there that's all about taking advantage of every single person as much as they possibly can to better themselves. And people are waking up to this fact, and still, though, there are those that are in denial and will just blame one side of the coin. Again, it's a two-sided coin, and they usually go from one to the other. In case you haven't noticed, we've talked about that before. With the eight years. Well, we had really 12 years we have 8 years of Reagan, and then we had 4 years of Bush. And then we had, after that, obviously, we shift over to the Barry O and Big Mike show. And then we go over to the Clinton fiasco. And then we go over to the Bushes. And then you know what I mean. It's just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So we're at that point now. And yes, I know I did name them out of sequence. So if you're typing that little, just whatever. All I'm saying is the pendulum swinging to the other side at this point in time. So expect that. But each time it swings, the craziness just elevates.
Well, I think, subconsciously, the sequence that you were naming really doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter.
It's all the same show. I mean, it's just the puppets that are in place in Casablanca are for public consumption. That's it. This is again the WWF before it became, it went from the World Wrestling Federation trying to convince you that it's real to World Wrestling Entertainment, where it's like, okay, it's not really real. So when we understand that they're not really in charge, then what? I mean, think about this too, because people will place a ton of hope saying, well, so-and-so is going to get in and it's going to change. But they're not in charge. They're not really in power. So then what? Who is going to really make the change? It's really when the people of the world decide they've had enough with the whole, pony and horse show here. They're not going to play, a rigged shell game anymore. Take your game and take it to Mars. Elon's got rockets. And yes, by the way, yes, people can leave the atmosphere. You're not going to go into a concrete dome.
No, you won't. You're okay.
No, because this is how population got here in the first place. This planet was seeded. The reason why we have quote-unquote different races is because there's different originating planets for the different races.
And everybody has different abilities, and those come from the different alien races.
Yeah, that's the big thing there. This guy's brilliant. But again, look to Mother Nature. So many animals in Mother Nature, these are beings, again, they are units of consciousness having an adventure in this reality, which is simply created so consciousness could embody a different existence for a short period of time, a little heavier, denser existence, which has its plus sides and the minus sides. Obviously, pain and suffering and hard labor we could view as being a little bit on the harder side of things, and ice cream and pizza is on the easier side.
I like to experience that side of consciousness.
But this is a temporary experience, and yet you will see in nature these beautiful creatures working together and sharing space. These are rays, and this is off Bondi Beach in Australia. But you will see birds flying in unison, operating like they're a single entity, because they know in reality they are a single entity. Even though we are individual units of consciousness, we're part of something bigger, just like cells in the body. And yes, absolutely, the control system operates like a cancer because it is a parasite. It's a parasite. This little guy knows. He's been busy all day battling the system, and now he just needs a little rest and a little drink of water.
Hey, that's the cutest thing. Yes, let him rest and drink.
Absolutely. But no rest for the weary. This is time for us to push the pedal to the metal and awaken as many as possible. Thanks for your support, guys. Couldn't do it without you guys. Look forward to your comments. Source bless and namaste.
Namaste.